I think I have a crush on my grandpa. Now, last weekend, we were at my grandmother's funeral, his wife, and he was sobbing really, really hard and asked me for a hug, which probably means he just needed an excuse to hug me. But anyways, as they were burying my grandma, my grandfather gave me a kiss on the cheek and thanked me for being so respectful. I blushed and fidgeted with my hair cutely. Anyways, the next day, the conclusion hit me that my very hot, trumpy-dumpy, skiddly-umply, scrum-diddly-umptious grandfather was now single. So as the amazing, astonishing, fabulous granddaughter I am, I decided that maybe I should ask my grandpa on a date. Like a romantic one. What do we think?
Two Therians came up to me in the park the other day and attacked Amy. Like, I was just chilling on the swing like anybody would do, and I see two creatures walk through the park gate. Because I'm a kind person, I get off the swing clearly offering the swings to them so they can sit on the swings together. Until I was being rude, so the taller one of the two things lunged at me and pinned me on the ground saying, "You better not disrespect us again." I just got violated by a thing and I want to cry. The other troglodyte-looking creature had taken its phone out and was taking pictures. So if you see ANY pictures of a guy pinned to a park floor with a furry above him, it's probably me.
Goodbye!
Story time about how my friend did the boo-bio with her pillow right in front of me. I think I was 7 at that time. We were friends because she lived next door. Her mom and my mom are close friends and kept inviting us to their house. As I was hanging out with her in her room, she showed me something and said, "Look, this feels so good." She grabbed a pillow and placed it under her. You know what? Then she started doing that. I was 7 at that time, so I didn't know what she was doing. I literally thought she was just playing dancing. Anyways, that's all I can share, because this video is already 1 minute long. BBOS888.
I was in the bathroom smoking, and as I lit up a cigarette, someone comes in. I was desperate to cough, but it was a teacher. I constantly cough in class, so if I coughed, I'm pretty sure she'd know it's me. What makes it worse is I was giving her class. I stayed quiet, turning red, trying not to cough. The minute she left, I let out the most smoker-heavy, croaky cough. Then I hear high heels. She never left. I got caught and got suspended for a month. But this was 2.5 years ago, and I'm now 2 years clean from smoking.
Okay, so basically I fancy myself a singer, and I decided to join the school talent show because I do it every year. I started this off pretty immediate. Anyways, hi! Welcome back! Anyways, so I fancy myself a wee bit of a singer, and the talent show was on Friday. So I sang, and I left school, because it was after school, you know? I came into school today, 2 of my teachers pulled me aside after class. 2 of them, and the first time, I was legit nervous, because my homeroom teacher, he's scary. I was kind of quivering in my booties, but he pulled me aside, and he was like, "Kiara, I did not know you could sing. That was pretty good." And I was like, "Oh my God, stop it." And also, he was on with an English teacher. Oh, he was on a dance. But that's not the point. He complimented my singing, and I was low-key terrified. But it was actually super sweet, and I really liked it. And anyways, I went through the rest of my classes until my last period teacher, she pulled me aside after class. And immediately when she started talking, I knew she was going. And immediately when she started talking, I knew what it was going to be. I immediately knew what it was going to be. And she was like, "Kiara, you're singing." And I was like, "Please stop." And I legit put my hand over my mouth and closed my eyes. I was like, "Please stop." because it's embarrassing. And she was like, fantastic. And I was like, oh, okay, have a presentation. And then I left. Low-key though, really, really embarrassing, but 10 out of 10 would recommend. And like, if you guys wanted a video, I would not be opposed to that. Okay, bye! I am convinced that my whole family is just part of a TV show and that we're secretly being filmed. Because not only was I a menace when I was a child, but my younger brother and sister were no better. They are no better. And my brother and I, we rained terror on each other. I once told my brother to take a whiz on his tablet, and it was already cracked, so he did because he was crying and he needed to go to the bathroom, and I didn't want to help him go to the bathroom, so I just told him to pee on it, and he did. And then it broke. My parents were not impressed. I also put my brother in a dog cage once. My friend and I also got really mad at my brother once while we were in the hot tub, so she grabbed his arms and I grabbed his legs, and we threw him into the rock-hard snow. Needless to say, he was very, very upset. He was crying the whole time. But my sister is also bad. She once sprayed bleach in my older brother's eyes, and she dumped flour all over the kitchen, and when I say all over, I mean like literally the entire kitchen, including herself. And when a couple of years ago, she and my brother got into my dad's big work truck and they backed it into our house and like wrecked some of the house. And we had family photos once, and my brother decided that that would be the perfect time to get into some house paint, which does not come off the skin easily. And he was wearing his swim shorts, and so for our family photos, he was covered in white paint. And yeah, pretty much we just rained terror on each other our whole lives. Me and my brother get along better now, but we still continue to just torture each other. And my poor parents, I don't understand how they put up with us. Sometimes I question how my parents made it through, because me personally, I would never have made it. I don't know how I'm gonna have kids because I feel like they're just gonna be little ogres. And like, I also remember once I poured all of my mom's shampoo out and then I skated on her bedroom floor with it. Oh, I was the worst. We were all the worst.
I hate when you've liked a song for like literally years. And then it starts trending on TikTok, and all of a sudden, you have TikTok music taste. Like I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I was talking about this song I like, and he says, "You only like that because it's trending on TikTok." No, I have literally liked that song longer than TikTok even been a thing.
There were two guys.
Why?
I hate when people think everyone's parents are well off and wealthy. Like, no, Vanessa, I cannot go and ask my mom for $250 so we can go shopping at Sephora. I once had this friend and I paid for her once. And suddenly I'm a millionaire. I did as was being asked every weekend. Wanna go shopping?
ENOUGH. Never in my life have I screamed at a girl like this.
Let's stop draining my poor parents' pockets.
Anyways, BYE.
Oh my god, so basically, guys, I need to tell you something. So on Friday, in English, my teacher decided to change the seating plan, which is kinda annoying because it was actually a good seating plan, but it's okay. So she moved me next to this boy, let's call him Apple. He is in a few of my classes, so I know who he is. But we have never really spoken before. But when the teacher was waffling, I started talking to him cause I talk to anyone. And we was both yapping and he was actually so funny, WTF. Like, I'm not even joking when I say he had me giggling and blushing. But halfway through the lesson, he asked if I had Snap. So I said yes, and then he asked if he could have it. And we sit at the back and the teacher is as blind as a bat. So we whip our phones out and hide them behind our laptops and we exchange details. So we continue gossiping and then it's time to go to break. So he says, bye, I'll text you later. But little did I know we had design tech after lunch. And we is in the same class. So I see him on another table and he comes over to me and says hi. And our teacher is so nonchalant and doesn't give a shit what we do. So we are literally talking the whole lesson again. Like I could talk to this man for years without being bored. And cause our teacher is a chill guy, she lets us have our phones. And bro literally took my phone out of my hand and started taking selfies of himself. I mean, I'm not mad cause now I have fine shite in my camera roll. But I took his phone and took pictures of myself. But then that lesson was done and we went home. Bro, how did I not know we walked the same way to go home? So he asked me what way I walked and I said down the alley and he said oh me too. And then he asked what road I live on, which is kinda weird, but I told him. And he said he knows it and he asked me if I wanted to walk together. Like normally I would walk with my friend, but F that shit man. So I ditched my friend and walked with Apple. All my days he is so pretty. We got to my road and we had to say goodbye and he would text me when he got home. And we did. We were talking all night and all morning. Bro was even sending vlogs, so I sent some to him too. He is so beautiful.
Okay guys, I kinda like this girl in my class, but there's a problem. I'm one of the popular kids in my school, but she is shy. Some of my friends bully her. I told them to stop, and they did stop being horrible to her, but I think she thinks I'm going to be mean to her. I have tried to talk to her about some of her interests, but she didn't seem too invested. But she did tell me she liked romance animes, so I went home and searched for some, but I could only find one anime. Also, I heard her talking to her friends about anime called Madoka. So I bought her a figure for Christmas. But I'm really scared to give IT to her because she's so pretty and perfect in every way. And if she turned my gift down, I think I would cry. Okay, please give me suggestions on what to do in the comments. I beg I need this woman in my life.
Okay, B, why?
I haven't updated since. People were asking. So today I talked to her a little and she asked if I actually enjoyed talking to her or if I was making fun of her. I was kind of surprised because IT was really random and I told her I found her interesting. Then she got quiet for a while, so I stayed quiet too, but then she said she thought that I hated her. No, I do not hate you. You're the love of my life. So I told her she was far from the truth, and she smiled. Later on in the day, I saw her going to the library. So I followed her, and she was picking out a few books. But she saw me, and I went so red because I thought she would think I'm spying on her, but she just smiled at me again. So I went over and asked about what she was doing, and she said she was looking for some books for our homework. I helped her find one, but she was getting really nervous, and I was trying to stop myself from saying how pretty she looked. There is a celebration party at my school on Friday, and I want to ace-K her to go with me, and I'm so scared someone else might ask her. And I read all the comments in the last video, and some people recommended I leave the gift on her desk with a note, so I'm going to do that. Thank you for all the suggestions on my last video. Have a nice day or night.
Bye.